Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 104. Welcome, my name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our cat Daisy. And I love to crochet and I love to knit. And you can find all of that on my social media links, which are down in the description box down below. Also, any patterns, any yarns that I talk about, they will be linked down below as well. So if you find something that you like, there you go. Easy access. So, welcome. I have had a lot of new subscribers. Hello, I'm glad you found me. And returning viewers, hello, welcome back. Yeah. So, those of you who are new, I usually start off with life stuff. Mostly because my mom only watches the first part of it. So I was like, you know what? If she just wants to know what's going on in my life, she can just watch the first part. And then she doesn't have to be bored by all of the yarn stuff that I talk about. Which you guys wouldn't find boring, but family members, they don't really care. Anyway. So, life stuff. Well, everything's been consumed by my job. There's been a lot of stress. And there was supposed to be a meeting to discuss solutions, what was going to happen, and then that got postponed. So I'm still living in a lot of stress right now. The big thing, well, I should say the big thing is over with. No, the big thing is just getting started. But yeah, I feel like I'm drowning, honestly. There's so much to do for this big event that we've got coming up, and not just that, but like the meetings and the luncheons that we have to have in preparation for it. And I just, like right now, like my heart is racing, just, ugh. So, to combat that, I've decided my private life needs to be as stress-free as much as possible. And that includes my yarn. Like, if there's a project that doesn't bring me joy, why am I working on it? So, I frogged a project. I'll show it to you later. It's like, this isn't bringing me joy. Like, and then I've got something coming up in a couple weeks, and I obviously need to take projects with me. I'm going to be in meetings all day. So I'm going to get a lot of crochet and knitting done. What projects do I want to take with me? I only want to take things that are going to bring me joy. Which is funny because that's my mom's name, so. Anyway. So, that is what I'm concentrating on for now, is work stuff. Just, and you stay over there. Although I did have a little one-on-one meeting with the president, and he was like, so this is what we're leaning towards. And so I do have a path forward. It's just going to take a while to get to the end. But anyway, so what else? Besides that, like, we had learning day at work, so like agency-wide, we all got to go hang out together and have workshops and stuff like that. So that was a nice day off. Didn't have to worry about email or phone numbers or phone calls and all that. So what is this piece doing? I don't know. It keeps distracting me. Anyway, and then I went up to Michigan to see my parents. I haven't seen them in several months, so that was nice. But again, like, I was getting ready to pack because I was going to stay the night, and I started stressed. Like, I could feel my anxiety building, and I was like, you know what? How about I just come up for the day, come back for, like in the evening, and then that's like as stress free as I can be, because right now I just need less stress. So, all that to say, my brother and his family are visiting my parents right now, and I would love to go see them, go hang out with my brother and my nieces and nephews and my sister-in-law as well. How do I do that on this Memorial Day weekend? Specifically just on Memorial Day, when the traffic is going to be ridiculous. So, pray for me. So Monday, I will probably be going up there. Ryan is actually in Michigan right now with his parents. They're on a little vacation. And so they will be coming back Monday. So I don't need to rush home to take care of the cat. So I can take my time in that traffic. I may just wait till like 7 o'clock or later to come home. Hoping. Good traffic. But I've got an audiobook. It's all set. Ready to go. It'll be perfect. And my nieces and nephews are worth it. They are worth the stress that this is going to be causing me. Anyway, so enough about stress, enough about jobs. Let's get to the yarny goodness, shall we? I think so. Because yarn is my happy place. So, finished objects. I have 4. Yeah, when I am in the mood, I've been busy. Although one of them is not yarn related at all. But first and foremost, I want to introduce you to, hold on, let me get her pearls just right. Josephine Baker. And she's so cute. Oh my gosh. So, here she is. These pearls are being weird. I sewed them on. Blah, blah. So yeah, so she's got her short little hair with her little curls. Oh, her little bra, her little banana leaf skirt. She does have little underwear on there, although I don't think the real Josephine wore anything under her banana skirt. I did make these a little too big, but I was not wanting to go down a hook size to make them what they need to be, because the yarn was so splitty, just driving me crazy. Just doing this much for her bra was just driving me crazy. So yeah, so they're big bananas, but that's okay. And there are 18 of them. 18. Oh yeah. So Josephine Baker is one of my favorite history chicks. Those of you who are new, there is a podcast that I love to listen to. It's called The History Chicks. It's 2 women. They talk about women of history. And they took 2 episodes to work on Josephine Baker, because her life was just more than just being a burlesque dancer. There's a whole lot more to her. And yes, I am currently working on a design based off of her. It is a shawl design. It's a stress, so we're not doing that. I started working on it last night. We'll get there. But there's really no progress on the shawl that I need to show you. But she is finished. She is so finished. Oh my gosh. I love her. Okay. The next two projects I have are knitted projects. I have a pair of socks done. I'm so excited about these socks. They are living in my Mary Poppins bag. She is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There's a little preview of the socks. The yarns that I'm using. I had this purple, which is the contrast color for heels, toes, and cuffs. This is a lavender Langjaw wool yarn. And then the main colorway is a hedgehog fibers colorway. So this is 90% merino wool, 10% nylon, and the colorway Sparrow. And here it is, this lovely pink, brown, blue. There's even some purple in there as well. This lovely speckled sock. Sock yarn is so pretty. I love this yarn. So I basically did, let me just show you what I did for the leg. So here's, it starts with row 1. And so the blue squares are pearls, and then the white squares are knit. So it's kind of like a spiraling thing, and then it gets bigger. And then I just did the cuff. Yeah. So here are my finished socks. I love these. I wanted to wear these last weekend when I went to go see my parents, but I was like, nope, I need to show them in the podcast first. So there you can kind of see the spiraling, what it did with the purling, all of that. Yeah. It's just something to give me, I mean, I love vanilla socks. I love just knit. But this was just, I just need a little something else. For some reason, that's what I thought I needed. So, here's where I was last time. So yeah, I didn't have much farther to go. And these are done. Yay! So, this is just kind of a little pattern I made up, and I did an Excel spreadsheet so I could see it real easily in my face. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, finish object number 3. It's a knitted shawl. I'm just getting everything ready here. It was living in my Wonder Woman bag because I love Wonder Woman. And then save the drama for your llama. So in here was the Rosewater shawl by Janina Kaleo. Anyway, so there's beautiful shawl. I was very excited about this pattern as well because the yarn is just gorgeous. So the yarn is knitted wit on their sock base. Which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway Persistence, which is lovely pastel rainbow. Is really what it is. Green, yellow, blue, pink, purple. It's gorgeous. And so, here is my Rosewater shawl. Ready? Ta-da! So, I have washed and blocked it. Actually, I didn't block it at all. I know if I blocked it, like, the lace would really pop and really stand out, because I mean it is, but I didn't feel like it. I just, especially with this thing here, just drives me crazy. But I figured it'd make a nice little shawlette, you know, just to keep, especially now that we're getting into summer and the air conditioning can just be a bit much sometimes. So nice little shawlette for my shoulders, that'll help me. So yeah, so my cute little pink lion right here, that's where I was last time. So honestly, I didn't have that much far to go, although that lace is just, maybe I was at knit night at the library, and that ends at 7:30, and I was binding off, and I had maybe 20 stitches to go, and it was 7:30, and I was like, come on, I'm almost done, I promise. I'm not gonna stay here forever. So those are all my yarny finished objects. This one, you could see the pile of stuff that I have to talk about. Anyway, so my next finished object. I met up with some other YouTubers, and we went shopping at Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Joann and all that. And when we were at Michael's, I saw this stained glass kit on the clearance section. And of course, tulips are my favorite, so I bought the tulips. And then I was like, oh, I don't have a soldering iron, right? That's what it's called. Yeah, soldering iron. For some reason, that just does not sound right to me. I was like, but I know my dad does. And so I took it with me when I went up last weekend, and Dad and I worked on it. And I'm so glad I had him with me, because I would have never known, like, there are things about the kit that were bad, and he was like, let me find something in my toolbox that's way better. I was like, oh, okay. So, I mean, it's not the prettiest, but I was very glad that I did this. So, very delicate here. Here's my stained glass tulips. I think they turned out fabulous. Now, this one here is a little loose, so I'm wondering if maybe I need to take it back up with me when I go on Monday and see if we can fix that, because it just don't want anything to happen to it. So yeah, there's the other side. Yeah, it's this one that's just wiggly. Although if it's just hanging, it's not going to be a problem. Nobody's going to be touching it. It's when I'm packing it up and moving it, that's the problem. So anyway. Oh, I was very happy to have that done. Because my dad and I would work on stuff all the time when I was growing up. So it was nice to have that again, where Dad and I are working on a project. So I do have a frogged item to show you. I'm assuming everybody knows what the frogged item means. It means I ripped it out, rip it. Yeah. So the shawl that I was working on, and I went to work on it, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm dreading working on this project. It shouldn't be like that, right? So, it was a Stitcher's Rhapsody shawl. Just, not my thing. Not my thing. is living in this lovely shawl bag, which I love, and the yarn is gorgeous, and just couldn't do it anymore. So let me just show you the yarns. I mean, it's gone. There's nothing left. Like, I had worked on this for how long, and it only took me like an hour to rip it out. So the first yarn that I ever bought was this lovely peachy, orangey, pinky speckled yarn. It's gorgeous. It is Emma's yarn, and it's 100% superwash merino, and it is called It's Your Birthday. The other yarns that I have, we have this lovely cream, pink, there's some brown and oranges in here. It's gorgeous too. That is Essence of Autumn on her prairie sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway Hibiscus Tea, which I just bought some tea, hibiscus tea. I need to brew that up some. And then finally, the third color is Wild Star Fibers. This is on her Sport Weight, which is 100% superwash merino. Excuse me. And the colorway Fallen, which is this lovely purple tonal, which it just matches my vibe today. Yeah. So because this was Sport Weight, I didn't have much yarn of this color as I had everything else. Like, I was running out of this one and still had a ton of the other two. And I think that's what bothered me. Like, I wanted more purple throughout that. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these colors. I bought them all to go together. I bought the Birthday first, and then bought the other two to go with it. Not quite sure. I think I might do like a pair of mismatched socks, and then do one of my shawls. I'm thinking that's what I might do. But for now, this is all gonna live in here. All of these are just gonna live in here in my shawl bag that says happiness is crochet. And it wasn't bringing me happiness, so it's done. So, make some progress. I have two to show you. Only two. I think like the amount of projects I had were just overwhelming me as well. So it's like, we're just gonna concentrate on a few at a time. So, the one that I worked on, got it to a certain point, and now it's gonna be in timeout for a while because it's getting hot outside. And that is the Just Feel Cozy wrap by Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craft Cast. Oh, isn't she so cute? I love Kalisha. I am making it a blanket. I am using the yarns that I got in an Advent swap with my friends Jill and Jennifer. So, last 2 years we have done an Advent swap. Just do 20 grams of leftover fingering weight. It has to be scrap yarn, like, don't go out and buy yarn. Although I did last year. I only bought one though. But anyway. So, I am making it a blanket. It is not a wrap. So, because we are now getting into the 80-degree days here in Chicago, it's like, yeah, this project needs to be set aside for a while because it is getting hot. So, I have finished all of the yarns that I got in 2021. I don't even know if I can show you this whole thing. Okay. So, I started with a white, what's the name of the yarn? It's Loops and Thread Wool-like. So I started with white, and then just kept adding and adding and adding and adding. So I think the last time I showed you, where's the stitch marker? I was here. Maybe I've shown it to you since, but I don't remember. So yeah, so I have this cute little kitty in a teacup. So I've done all of this and all of this. And then I'm going to do another row of the white. This last color ended over here. So I still have this much left of this stripe. Oh no, wait a second, hold on. That's where it started. There it is. So it ended here. So I have all of this to go. And then I'll do one solid stripe of the white. So it'll be like 1.5 stripes. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But either way, I have time to figure it out. Yeah. I can't even show you this whole thing on screen because it is just so big. And it'll be a nice, lovely, there's a little bug flying around here. It'll be a nice, lovely little Afghan to have on the couch. Dude, go away. It'll be nice to have on the couch for the winter, and it'll just keep me, I'll just have these nice warm memories of my friends. Okay, now we gotta fold it all back up. So, there's that. It's living in my tote bag from the Chicago Yarn Crawl from 2021. These are the stores that I visited. Does anybody else want to go on the yarn crawl this year? Let me know. I usually go, it's usually the week of my birthday, so I take my birthday off and I go yarn crawling. It's the week before my birthday this year. Nuts. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, if you want to meet up, let me know. We'll go. I'll figure out a time that we can go. Oh, as I drop all my stuff. So my next Make in Progress is one I'm gonna take my time on. Honestly, like, just need to sit and chill. Like, when I have time, I'll work on it. When I don't, we won't worry about it. Because my husband is not in a hurry for these socks. That's right, I'm knitting my husband a pair of socks. I had a conversation with a friend whose marriage is falling apart. And I was just like, you know what? I really love my husband and he is very knit worthy. So I'm making him a pair of socks. And they're living in this gorgeous bag that I got from Kit, from All Things Crochet and Knit with Kit. I'll link her YouTube channel down below, although I don't think she's posting much anymore. Yeah, it's not really a sock bag, but I'll show you one in a bit. So yeah, I am a sock maker extraordinaire. So in here I have his foot. So I traced his foot on a placemat that I got at the dollar store. Cut it out, and then here you can see kind of made it a little bigger so that way I make sure that the socks fit. Here marks his ankle bone, so that's where I will start the heel. And this would not fit in a normal sock bag. So, last time I was like, okay, what color should I put with? So I have a main color, and then I was like, I need a secondary color, contrast color for heels, toes, and cuffs. And so I presented the two colors to him. I showed them to you last time. Presented it to him, and he picked gray, which is Valley Yarns Huntington in light gray heather. This is 75-25 blend. The main color is Oink Pigments on their Targhee sock. So it is 90% superwash Targhee, which is a type of sheep, and 10% nylon. So merino is a type of sheep, Targhee is a different type of sheep. And I hear that Targhee is like really tough, so these are perfect for this color. This base is perfect for socks for my husband. And the colorway is Plum Drum Weekend. So we have this gray and purple, which my husband loves the color purple just as much as I do, so which is fitting, I think. So I always knit my socks 2 at a time. I do vanilla socks. I do the basic toe-up pattern. It'll be linked down below. It is by Wendy Pronger-Geckner. Like, she's a friend of mine. Hi, Wendy. It's basically like what I learned, like how I started knitting socks. So I've just always followed her basic formula. But I do change it up. I do the shadow wrap heel. There's a great tutorial by Denise of Earth Tones Girl. Again, it'll be linked down below. But I am not to that heel yet. I have barely started these socks. So, I have done the toe. And I have done 4 rounds of the color. Of the actual color. So, yeah. Not much. Actually, when I was knitting on these, I was talking with the son of my friend who was having marital problems, and of course, he is the son. He doesn't know everything. Doesn't hear all of it. So, anyway. But yeah, I'm very excited to be working on socks for Ryan. Okay. In 2 weeks, which is the next time I'm supposed to record, I will be in Indianapolis. I would say, yeah, it's a fun thing, but at the same time, too, it's like, it's church business. So, the church that Ryan and I belong to, actually, he's a pastor, so, every 4 years, we have what we call General Assembly, and that is where the global church comes together, and we talk about, like, okay, how do we need to update things? How do we need to better our, how we serve other people? So, I was selected as a delegate for our missions thing. So, our missions assembly, I don't know what you want to call it, convention, maybe. So I'm going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, part of Monday. I'm going to have about 4 days of being in the convention. So, like I said, I wanted things that were going to bring me joy. I wanted things that were fun. So, I am taking 4 projects with me, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot. But honestly, I'm going to have a lot of time. So, hold on just a second. I got all the patterns together and then all the projects were everywhere. Anyway, so, first project that I'm going to work on. I promised myself I was going to work on this last June. And I didn't do it. I totally forgot. Because, and it has to be done in June because it's a cowl and it's called the June cowl. So I have to do it in June. So this is by KT and the Squid. This is the best I can get. There's another picture of it. So it's just a simple cowl. It has lots of texture, it looks like. So I probably just showed you. It's a free pattern on her website. I may see if I can get a better copy of it. I don't know. So it is going to live in my feathers bag, which I should move this pin. It is my persuasion pin. Persuasion is my favorite. So it's in my purple and gray feather bag. This yarn that I'm using was a gift from my friend Rose. Hi, Rose. It is, oh, that one doesn't have it. It is Barocco Vintage worsted. In the colorway 51176, which is the colorway fuchsia. Obviously, I needed this. Yeah. So the pattern is a worsted weight pattern. That is worsted weight yarn. Yes. So that was project number 1. Project number 2, again, wanted to bring myself joy. And when I was thinking about the projects that, like, I have my queue and Ravelry, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't. And then I thought of these yarns and I was like, this will bring me joy. So it will eventually end up in this project bag. It just isn't there yet. So this is what I got in my yarn advent swap with Jill. She actually made this. It's handmade while she watched podcasts. Duh. I have a cute little ladybug pin on it. But I need to switch that persuasion pin over because I'm going to be working with these yarns. So this is one of my favorite dyers. It's Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farms. And they did a whole Jane Austen line. And I bought all 3 persuasion colors. So this one is persuasion. You got blue and the purple and the brown. And then you have this lovely sky blue and dusty purple. Yeah, this is Anne Elliot, who is the heroine. And then the guy is Captain Frederick Wentworth, which is this brown and blue, which aren't my, I mean, I love this blue, but I'm not a brown person. But these 3 will fade so nicely together. And they're all on the squishy DK, so it's going to be a nice squishy shawl. It is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, DK weight. And I was like, what pattern do I want? I want something that is mindless. I want some, because I'll be sitting in conferences and just need something to do with my hands. And still be able to pay attention, you know? So I'm going to do this shawl pattern again. This is the Crochet Karen Big Cakes Moss Stitch Shawl by Repeat Crafter Me. So it is a very, I've done this shawl before. Actually, it is right here with my scrappy yarns. Easy peasy. And I might do a little bit of a fading with these. Maybe. But I'm so excited to start this shawl. Start using these yarns. May actually start it before I go. So we're gonna put them in my bag. Ready to go. Okay, so those are the 2 crochet projects I'm taking with me. Excuse me. I'm also going to be taking a pair of socks. They're gonna live in this lovely sock bag that was made for me by a lady from my church. Hi, Lori. This lovely bright bag. Like, this bag brings me joy. Just the brightness of it. Love these colors. The yarn I've had for a long time. It's like they've been sitting there waiting to be socks. So I'm gonna make socks. Just need something to do. So I only have one skein of this. It's Patton's Sparrow Socks FX. So it is a 75% wool, 25% nylon, and the colorway is cameo colors. So it's like a purple and a blue, yeah, and gray. And then this is what I'm taking for heels, toes, and cuffs. So the blue that I was going to put in Ryan's socks, I'm going to use for my socks. This is Lang Gel Wool. So it's 75/25. And I think this is called Colonial Blue. There's some blue. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's pretty close to the blue that's in this already. So, since this is only 50 grams, I know I could get a good pair of socks out of that. But the other day I wore some Shortie socks that I had made, and I was like, I need some more Shortie socks. So these are going to be Shortie socks. I did print off, it's called the Chevron Seed. So I kind of did it in groups of rows of 5, but you can see this is the pearl, so it's supposed to be a chevron across the foot and then up the leg, possibly. I'm going to take this with. I may just end up doing vanilla socks. We'll see. I'm not sure. But I do have this printed out in case I wanted to do that. And then the other one that I was going to do. It's right now, it's kind of misshapen the sock bag I have in it with my avocados. It's so cute. It's a slip stitch studio bag, which they said they were going out of business, but they haven't yet. They're still selling. They said last year they were going out of business, and then they didn't. And then they said they were going to go out of business again this year, and they haven't. So, anyway, living in here is gorgeous yarn. This is from Allegheny Fiber Arts. It is fingering weight 75/25. Colorway is blueberries. Oh my gosh. I love this color. This has been sitting in my stash. Like, my bin is like right there, and it's been like on the side where I can see it, and I've been staring at this for months. So yeah, it's ready. I'm ready for it to be something. And it is going to be the Barley Light hat by Tin Can Knits. Yeah, Tin Can Knits. It'll be linked down below. This is a free pattern, I believe. Yeah. So I've done this one before, but I messed this part up here. I did it all wrong. So I'm redoing it. Gonna make it better. I was able to find my notes on it. Oh yeah, because I had to cast on more than what they say, because I got a big head. So, whew, okay. And how many I decreased by? Like, I have it all. My notes are there, all set. So after I'm done recording, I'm going to have a yarn winding party. I'm all alone at home, so I can do this in the living room if I want. Now, the other day, I told you I was going to take, my last podcast, I told you I was going to take a day off, and I did, and it was wonderful, and I went to a local yarn shop, and I went shopping. Now, so I went to Yarns to Die For, which is in Frankfurt, which is a bit of a hike for me, about 30 minutes to get there. I have a story to tell. So when I got there, I was walking around, I pulled a skein of yarn off, and I was holding it. I walked around holding this skein for a good while as I was looking at everything else. It was, don't even remember the yarn brand. It was a DK, so it was a nice squishy yarn, and it was a dark purple tonal colorway. And I was like, I really shouldn't get this because I still have the yarn from my Stitcher's Rhapsody shawl that I just frogged. Like, why am I still gonna use this? Yeah, like, why would I buy this yarn when it looks just like the yarn I just had? And then also, it was probably over a year ago, I was at work, and my husband also works at the same place. And he had lost his beanie. It was one that he bought at the bookstore at our college that we had gone to. So it was a very special beanie. And he was like, can you ask around your building to see if they found it? So I was like, hey, can everybody keep a lookout for a beanie that Ryan lost? I'm like, oh, what does it look like? I was like, well, it's purple. And former coworker, he doesn't work there anymore, but he was like, oh, of course it's purple. And I was like, well, yeah, because it's Olivet colors. So yeah, and it has an Olivet tiger on it. Olivet is purple and gold. Of course it's purple. But the comment upset me. Like, anyway. So, purposefully today, I was like, I refreshed my purple. I got my purple earrings on. I got purple nail polish. I got a purple shirt on. I was like, why did that comment bother me so much? So when I was shopping and I had that purple skein in my hand, I was like, oh, I shouldn't get purple because of course I would get purple. That comment was in my head. So I put it back. And I got another color. Now, I'm not saying that I don't hate this color, but I was like, I should have gotten that purple. I really should have. So all that to say, I got a green and then I got a blue fade set. So let me show you my beautiful yarn that I got. So it is it's Wonderland Yarns, which I wanted to have a skein of theirs for a while. It's on her Marianne base, which is 85% fine superwash merino and 15% nylon. And it's a limited edition colorway. It is called Fluorescent Fungi. But look how pretty. Oh my gosh, like that really pops on the camera. Oh my gosh, I love this color. I really do like this color. And then I got home and I realized it's very similar to another skein of yarn that I just recently bought. But anyway, here is, not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I might do another hat. I don't know. But then the other yarns that I got, it is a fade set. It is Leading Men Fiber Arts, which I always love their colors. This is their Showstopper Gradient. So it's fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There are 6 20-gram mini skeins in here. So it's a total of 120 grams. And it is 552 yards. And the colorway is Moody Blue. Now they had a purple set. And again, that comment was still in my head. So, and it was also a shade of purple that I don't really like. Still would have been nice, but anyway, I got this. I think I'm going to do the muscle burrow hat as a gradient. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with this. So I can have a dark side facing or a light side facing, depending on how I wear it that day. So yeah. But again, I have so many things in my queue ready to go. It's just ridiculous. So, after giving myself this pep talk about why I let that comment bother me so much, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go shopping for some more yarn, and I'm going to buy purple yarn. So I went to Miss Pearl yesterday after Ryan and his parents left yesterday, which is Friday. And we got off early. I worked from home, so got off early. And I went to Miss Pearl. She again is like a bit of a hike for me to get to. She's about 30 minutes away. But I love her shop. It's cute and pink and lovely. Yeah, there's Miss Pearl's information. So I was walking around and I was trying to find purples. She didn't have much purples, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And there was one, I grabbed this other skein, and it was like, and I was like, wait, you just bought this twice. Like, it was a green speckly color. Why am I drawn to this color? I don't know. But I did find one, and I've also been trying not to buy so much fingering weight yarn. I want to do DK stuff as well. So this is the yarn that I bought. She always wraps hers very nicely in tissue paper. I figured you guys don't want to hear me unwrapping that. So this is Creo. It's a company I've never heard of before. Fuzzy Family by Creo. The base is called Mama Bear. So it is a DK 2-ply. It is 45% baby alpaca, 45% merino wool, 10% mulberry silk. And the colorway is Magnolia, which when you think of Magnolia, you think of white or pink, because magnolia bushes are like my favorite, magnolia trees. I want to plant one. Like, we have a pear tree that's kind of dying in our backyard. I would like to pull that out and put a magnolia bush in there. We shall see. But look at this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so there's some purple in there. It's showing more pink on the screen, on the camera, but oof. It is just lovely, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I have been seeing the little Sophie shawlette, scarf, whatever you want to call it, all around TikTok and Instagram. Miss Pearl had on one. It wasn't a Sophie shawl. It was a crocheted version of it. Sort of. It was, anyway, it's the same shape, like really tiny, like you can just tie around your neck. I'm thinking I might do that with this. So. And then, she still had stitch markers. Hold on. These are wrapped in tissue paper too, so I'm sorry. She still had stitch markers. Oh! She gave me a special one. Anyway. she still had stitch markers from I Love My Yarn, or local yarn shop day. These are from Katrinkles. So, I mean, let's see if I can get them to focus. Okay, so we have Yarn Love. We have a little hot pink skein of yarn. I love my local yarn shop. Yeah, that's Notions, skein of yarn, and then a sweater. Now these are all knitting. Well, this one's not a knitted one, and this one isn't either. But these are all knitted stitch markers, which I'm not focusing. But I can easily fix those to work with crochet if I need to. And then I didn't realize she put this one in here. I got a free stitch marker. It is Miss Pearl. Yeah, Miss Pearl stitch marker. Let's focus me. So yeah, that is my stuff. I have been meaning to tell you about this wonderful little tip I got from Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craftcast for my needle storage, because the storage I had for my knitting needles was horrible. It was awful. Like trying to find my knitting needles was just horrible. So she said that she got on Amazon, and she got a binder. It's a budget keeping binder, and it has little sleeves that are zipper, like a Ziploc sleeve, to hold money in to help you with your budget. But they're perfect for holding circular needles. So I got this one. They didn't have purple. I would have bought purple. That comment was not going through my head when I bought this, but I really like this blue with the flowers. So in here I have these zippered things, and there's labels that come with it, so I can label my needle and what size they are. My bamboo double pointed needles do not fit in these things, so they are just hanging out here at the top. Which I will need those for my barley hat. So I will link the site on Amazon. If you just want to look for it, I think it's A6 binder. That'll get you to what you need. So with that is everything. Another long podcast. So yeah, I don't think I'll be able to record while I'm at General Assembly. Sadly, I won't be able to, but I will record as soon as I can, so I will see you later. God bless. Bye. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot yesterday when I recorded to mention a gift that I got in the mail. So I got yarn mail. Happy mail, yes indeed. So one of my Advent swap partners messaged me. She said, hey, I have this yarn. I don't know what to do with it. It's not doing what I want it to do, all that stuff. Do you want it? Do you think I turned down yarn? No, I do not. So Jill sent me this yarn. She put it in a Ziploc bag along with a sachet of lavender. So it is, she actually bought it at Llama Llama Ding Dong, my local yarn shop just down the street. It is Giselle. I'm sure I saw it. Just wasn't in the mohair mood. Anyway, what I like about it's made in South Africa, which that's pretty cool. What is the composition? Does it say? Oh, here we go. 64% kid mohair, 25% wool, 11% nylon. I'm not seeing a colorway. It looks like it's just a number, 4193. But it's this pale blue. You see the halo coming off of this. It's so fuzzy and scrumptious. So there's this one that she hasn't even opened yet. And then there was another one that she had already caked up and was using. So here's the caked up one. And I thought, ooh, this will be perfect to go with the blueberries yarn that I was going to make a hat out of. And so last night I did a little swatch. So this is the blueberries yarn. It's already been caked up or balled up because my yarn winder is awful. It makes awful looking cakes. So this is what the fabric looks like. So it definitely tones down the purple. A bit too much for my taste. So like right there is like a dark purple section and you can't really tell. So I don't think I'm going to use it together for the hat that I want, because I want my hat to be as dark as my hair. So I think I'm going to do the hat with just the blueberries yarn. But I mean, look at that blue and this blue. Like, it looks really cute together. And I'm not saying that this doesn't look good. Like, there's the back if you want to see. So I might still use them together because I mean, I'm not going to use a whole lot of yarn from this ball making my hat. So anyway, but there we go. That's one thing I almost forgot to tell you about. There was also in there, it was just kind of balled up and laid on top. Let's see, what did she say it was? I'm including a small nugget of some new Titan by Honer Och Ear. So I'm guessing, oh, it's a Swedish wool, 100% Swedish wool. And she said it was part of a recent trade from Ravelry. It's unspun. It's very soft, very soft. So it's kind of like a roving yarn. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe add it to something. I don't know. Would that be enough to make the Sophie scarf shawl thing that everybody's doing? I don't know. I like the color. It looks very good. Anyway, that's all. I want this to go.